174 pounds, and the arrival of Matty Singleton, the redshirt sophomore, really earned his ticket, Trent, into the finals. He squeaked out a 1.1 in the semis over the top seed, TJ Augustine.
Yeah, Singleton put together a great match. Lost to Augustine earlier in the year in the duel. Was tough on top, got some back points, toughed out the victory to put himself in the finals.
Had to grind out a tough opening round win against Lennox Wallach of Virginia Tech, and then earn that victory against Augustine in the semifinals. Looking for his first ACC title, his opponent from Pitt, the 3 seed, Luca Augustine. Augustine 17-7 this year, and he knocked off the real good-looking freshman, Lorenzo Norman of Stanford, in the semis.
174-pound ACC final.
If you're a Pitt fan, you just buckle up, grab a big bag of popcorn, sit back and enjoy, because the Panthers are going to be the show here for the next 4 weights.
Yeah, Pitt's done an excellent job up top. Really have dominated this tournament from 174 up. Have won their guy in each of the finals. It's just really impressive to see some of the growth they've made, especially from the beginning of the year. And to have 4 guys in a row like that is really rare for a program.
Heller at 184, maxed out 197. Dayton Pitzer at 285. Murderer's row for the Panthers in these upper weights.
Now, in both of Singleton's matches earlier today, it's been a little bit chaotic, kind of back and forth and having to hold on to a win. Augustine is someone who's extremely difficult to score on, and Singleton has a good underhook attack, but Augustine's #1 position is an underhook as well. So for Singleton to get there, he would have to get to his underhook and score quick. If he lets Augustine pinch down on it, it'll likely be a bit of a stalemate in that over-under position. Here's that underhook I'm talking about. You kind of see how heavy Luca Augustine gets his shoulders down on it. Makes it really difficult for you to get any action.
Now he tries to counter with an underhook of his own, driving in that left arm. Singleton fighting it off. Trying to get his hand and arm in there to break it, and he does. 3-year starter when you look at Luca Augustine, the 2-time NCAA qualifier for Coach Keith Gavin in Pitt.
And what Augustine does really well in his matches is he picks his spots. He's very efficient. He's not someone that's going to take 50 shots in a match, but when he goes with the intent to score, and he's very efficient with his finishing rate.
Top 3 at 165. Please begin to make your way toward the awards area.
Singleton, who has had an issue with some blood today, has this one stopped with 1:06 to go, and they will work on his nose and get that bleeding to stop. Pat Papalizio, 2001 Oklahoma State grad, 13th year, took over this program in Raleigh back in April of 2012. He's led NC State to 7 tournament titles, 6 straight, but that in serious jeopardy tonight thanks to what Virginia Tech has been able to do. You look at some of the impressive accolades for Papalizio. He had the first ever team trophy back in 2018 when the Wolfpack placed 4th at Nationals. Look at the team finishes: 6th and 21. They were 10th and 22, 10th and 23, and just outside the top 10 a year ago.
Yeah, very consistent ACC performances by the NC State Wolfpack these past couple of years, and Pat Papalizio is a huge to credit for that. The way he runs his program, I have firsthand knowledge of that. It is to a very high standard, and I know when he has his athletes out here, he expects the very most out of them.
Virginia Tech has clinched the team title. The Hokies with 82.5 points right now. NC State second at 59.5. That is a deficit that they will not be able to overcome tonight.
You saw that underhook entry by Singleton. That's going to be really hard to finish on Augustine. If you're going to hit an underhook attack on him, you've got to throw something different at him. Maybe it's a shot up into an underhook or a hard snap to get him to reach to punch an underhook. But just to punch one from space is going to be difficult to get a single leg on. There's a little bit good action there by Singleton. Snap, get his hands on the mat, look for an angle. Talked about Augustine being good at picking his shots. With 20 seconds left to get a takedown at the end of a period, he's always kind of methodically looking to set one up and then explode.
Closing moments of this opening period. No score, pretty tight to the vest both ways. Matty Singleton and Luca Augustine, and we will be scoreless through the opening 3 minutes. Congratulations, Virginia Tech. Blacksburg celebrating tonight. The Hokies have clinched the ACC team title thanks to Hippolito's win. 82.5 for Virginia Tech. NC State second, Pitt sitting third. Opportunity for both those schools to make some noise still tonight. North Carolina has one finalist. Stanford still with a finalist to go in Stemet. Virginia with Cedeno coming up in that number 6 spot. So congratulations to Coach Roby and the Hokies of Virginia Tech. A lot of people knew that this could be the year maybe they snapped NC State's run. And this certainly has been the year that that has been accomplished.
Yeah, they certainly earned it. You know, they were favored coming into this tournament in terms of the team setting, maybe projected seeds. But it's one thing to be favored and it's one thing to win it. They were favored. They came in here. They dominated in the early rounds, set themselves up, and with Hippolito to bring the championship back to Blacksburg.
Second period underway. Quick stand up. Promptly right back down. Now under the tripod is Augustine. Augustine, a whirlwind of activity underneath. Singleton, though, to his credit, staying with him and just can't quite keep that left toe in as they go out of bounds.
Yeah, good first floor there. 17 seconds of riding time for Singleton. He's going to try to commit to this ride for the whole 2 minutes, get riding time. Tough task against a guy that's as explosive as Augustine on bottom. You see he gets to his feet right away. That's really impressive. Off the whistle, exploding to your feet is huge. Singleton going for a turn. He only gets one count. Attacking the body, he's getting counts. He's looking for the fall. He's gonna get the fall. He's got full 4. Wow, Matty Singleton blows this match open. Augustine looks for a roll. Singleton puts him to his back, gets 4 back points. That's what you want to see if you're NC State, if you are a Matt Singleton fan. Seeing him get to work on top, that's beautiful wrestling. Woo! For a second there, I thought he had him pinned. Really just did a good job of attacking the upper body and giving Augustine nowhere to go. You see the NC State coaches want the fall. They're calling it for the ref. They don't quite get it. But 4 back points, not a bad consolation prize.
Zach Esposito wanted that mat slap there. Assistant coach who has enjoyed his first year in Raleigh, joining Papalizio's staff. Coming over from Oklahoma State, number of years in Stillwater alongside John Smith. 4-1 Singleton here in this second period.
There's that outside step shot by Augustine. Singleton does a good job of floating his hips off of it. That's part of that explosiveness that Augustine is really good. Kind of lulls you to sleep a little bit, and then bang, goes right for a shot.
Singleton squeezing tightly. A lot of pressure underneath, and the official will stop it. Stalemate, 24 seconds to work, second period.
With Singleton getting choice in the third period, be interested to see if Augustine chooses to try to ride. Singleton does have 1 minute of riding time, so you want to get that off, but you also want to give yourself some time on the feet to get a takedown or 2 if you need it.
One thing about Luca Augustine, this is a wrestler that gets really strong late in the match in this gas tank, and he's going to need it here tonight in this third period. Matty Singleton carries a 4-1 advantage into the third.
Yeah, you said it, Augustine's kind of built up that reputation. He always seems to be in these end of the match crazy barn burners, usually go into overtime. Let's see if he has that magic in him tonight in Cameron Indoor. We're going to go optional start. Augustine's going to kick Singleton away, give him the free escape, give himself the 2 minutes to try to get the takedown to tie it up. You see, he did get rid of the riding time down to 58 seconds. That's huge, but Singleton up 5-1. He's going to need a takedown, cut, and then go again. So he needs 2 scores. Singleton forcing the upper body. If you're Singleton, you want to get back to this over-under. He's so good with his hips and in the over-under position and Greco-wise that you want to control the center of the mat. You know that Augustine's going to be peppering a lot of shots at you. What he's doing right here is perfect. Let that time tick down a little bit. Control the center of the mat. Get to your control tie.
Down 4, Augustine with some work to do. Still time in his corner as he has over a minute to try to find that offense.
The other thing that you do when you're in Singleton's position here, you're not necessarily looking to go get another score, but you're waiting for Augustine to take a bad shot and then get a re-attack to put the match away. See him circling his butt back to the center. That's really good wrestling. Keep Augustine's butt to the edge. It's hard to generate offense when you're on the edge.
Just steers them with those underhooks. Augustine clears it away. Both wrestlers repositioning near the center. 40 seconds to go. Augustine has not been able to crack the armor that's Matty Singleton here in this championship bout at 174, one of the deepest weight classes in the ACC. Singleton gets tagged with his first stall call. Chant of Matty now inside Cameron Indoor Stadium.
Could be another stall call. Now that makes things interesting here.
Really
5-2. Now Singleton can't, if Augustine goes to get a takedown, tie it up. 19 seconds. We're going to see a full sprint out of Augustine here. There's a shot. Come out. Another shot. He's got to try to get Singleton's hands on the mat.
Singleton wisely repositions back off the edge.
Nothing yet. Nothing yet. Front head. Nothing yet.
You just sensed that it was building throughout the course of the year. And today, Matty Singleton has put it all together. 3 impressive wins in his route to the ACC Championship.
And that's exactly why Matty Singleton was recruited to come to NC State. To be the guy that leads this class, give the Wolfpack an edge and a little bit of spunk into this next couple of years. He's finally emerged. He's an ACC champion.